What's up, guys? It's Bobby Buckets, and I'm here with a college football 26 video. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to improve the playing style grade in Dynasty Mode. So this is going to be big for recruiting and also making sure that your players don't transfer out because of that playing style. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I made a random dynasty with West Virginia. Shout out my Mountaineers. That's my team. We're going to just go ahead and show you it's already week 9. Hop into recruiting. Go to my school. And then you can see the first one that pops up is going to be playing style. Now, similar to last year, it changes by the archetype of the player, of the position, and each position is different. But they did change the different criteria. So for quarterback, most of them are pretty simple. You can see, a pocket passer is offensive passing yards per game. So that's going to be just offensive passing yards per game. Pretty simple there. Now, where it does get different in college football 26 compared to college football 25 is now a lot of it is more based on the specific position. So an example here is a quarterback. Usually, last year, if it said rushing yards per game, it might be as a team compared to the specific position, and this is like that for a lot of the grades. So now you can see it says 24 rushing yards per game. That is going to be just from your quarterback. So I will show you guys the example. I'll go over to the stats. You can see once I go to rushing, my quarterback, boom, my only quarterback that has ran the ball has 74 carries, 174 yards, or 170 yards in 7 games. If you do the math, divide the yards by the games, that's going to get you around that 24 mark for, math wizards out there. So that is just one example there. And I'll just go through kind of all of these. Some of them are pretty simple and they're more the team grades compared to just individual grades. But so yeah, pure runner is the only one that's not passing yards for the whole team. Halfbacks, you can see rushing yards per game is it's going to be from your running backs. Reception. So this is like I said, if you want to improve your grade for say a halfback that's a backfield threat, then you are going to want to get more receptions to your running back, and not just receptions in general. So that is the key to know. So you can see it says 20 receptions. Halfbacks on my team have 20 receptions, not my team has 20 receptions, because then you can see when I go to receiver, where it says receptions, it's 108. So 108 from receivers, not running back. So that's the grade. You can see that's a C for receivers, but my halfback, what was it, backfield threat, is a B minus because 20 receptions is a good amount in this dynasty for running backs at this time, but receivers 108 is not a lot, so I only got a C. So that is what you want to key on. Make sure you know what specific position you are looking to improve those grades on. Like I said, so the quarterbacks, passing yards besides pure runner. Pure runner, if you have a pure running quarterback that you're recruiting or that you don't want to transfer out, you need rushing yards from your quarterback. Halfbacks, rushing yards per game, rushing yards per game. If it's the receptions one, so backfield threat, receptions from the running back. North and south receiver, running back receptions, rushing yards from your running backs. Now this one's kind of, it might just be bugged out because you can see almost no team has any grades, so I don't know what's wrong with that one, but I'm assuming if they fixed it, it would just be the same as the other ones for the receptions. I mean, fullback, offensive rushing yards per game. So you can see that total is higher. That's combined your quarterback and your running back compared to the rushing yards here is 134 because that's only from your running back. So it's specific for the position unless it says offensive, if that makes sense. Same thing here, receptions, as I already showed, for most of these, almost all receivers. So if you need to improve this grade, receptions from your receiver. Throwing to your tight end will not help your receptions playing style grade go up for receivers. It will only help for tight ends. You will see here's pure blocker, so you can see it says offensive rushing yards, that's the whole team. But vertical threat here, receptions, 41, because 41 receptions from my tight end. So we throw to our tight end a lot. You can see it's an A grade. So, but like I said, if you're trying to improve your receivers playing style grade, don't throw to the tight end, don't throw to the halfback, throw to your receivers. It's that simple. It's a lot of it's position based this year, specifically. So you can see they changed receptions. Last year, I think it was mainly all yards for the most part. Offensive line is going to be pretty simple. You can see pass yards per game, offensive, so that's total pass yards, and then you can see total offensive yards. So it's going to be team stats here. You can kind of go through those. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Pass protectors, they care about pass yards, total for raw, and if it's any run blocking, it might be rushing. which would be like, I guess they're all just offensive, so there's no rushing. Defense, so this is another one where it gets different. Last year, it was team sacks when it would say sacks for the most part. Now it's position specific. This one is bugged out, I think, though, because one of my edge rushers has 9, so I don't know what's wrong with that. But like, I'll just show you guys the example. It says sack. So one, it says for edge there, one for edge, or that's rushing yards, so defensive rushing yards, so it's team rushing yards allowed. But when I go to D tackle, one of these will say sacks. Where is that? Speed rusher, 7 sacks. So we have 7 sacks from our D tackles, not our edge rushers. Like I said, the edge rushers is bugged because I will show you guys. And maybe it just could be the Dynasty. It could just be showing up wrong, but I think it's kind of bugged because when I go to defense and sacks, I have a left edge right here with 9. I have a left edge with 5. But the D tackle is accurate. I have 3 sacks here from one D tackle, 3 sacks from another D tackle, another sack from a D tackle. That would be 7 total sacks from D tackle. So that one makes sense. The edge rusher, it might just be a bug. I don't know what's going on there, but it kind of would make sense if it's just, you know, sacks from my edge rushers. But that number shouldn't say 1. It should say like 14, 15, which we're pretty high on the whole list of sacks for edge rushers. So going through those, and then you can see 7 sacks, so we're good there. This one's another weird one as well because it says outside linebacker tackle total tackles. I did look, one of them has 10 tackles, but it says a B plus here. But when I go down to Thumper, my grade's a D minus at 10. So I don't know if that's like compared to like Sam and Will linebackers and stuff like that, and it could just be showing up wrong. But regardless, you want to try to get your outside linebackers more tackles. And I don't know if it's the left and right messes with it on the back end, but for the most part, outside linebackers need more tackles. It's not going to be every position tackle. So you can see because middle linebacker here, it says my middle linebackers have 48 tackles, so they have more than the outside linebackers compared to this list, but still not high enough compared to the rest of the teams in the Dynasty. So, but same thing. If you want your playing style grade to improve for middle linebackers or Mike linebackers, you got to get tackles with the Mike linebackers. Now, the defensive passing yards per game is pretty simple for secondary. It's just you don't want to allow passing yards to opponents. Same thing for most of the safeties besides the box specialists, but you can see my safeties apparently got 68 total tackles. That's not very high for safeties in this Dynasty, but that number is different than the other linebackers. It's not total tackles as a team. It's specific to the position. And then kicking, points per game, and power. I don't really know how that really works. But yeah, overall, that is how you improve your playing style grades in Dynasty Mode in College Football 26. It's pretty simple. Everything is more position based, and it's not just team sacks. It's sacks for that position, which makes sense in recruiting in real life, and you're keeping your players. Like if you're recruiting a high level edge rusher, when you're selling them and pitching to that player, you want to be able to show a player on your team at that position that gets sacked. You don't want to show someone that doesn't really fit. If you're getting an edge rusher, you don't want to show a safety that's getting a bunch of sacks. You want to show that edge rusher where they're going to play sacks to show that they fit for the team. Same thing, with a team rushing yards. If you have a dual threat quarterback that's running a lot, or that runs a lot in high school, you're recruiting them. You want to show that you run with your quarterback in offense. You don't want to show them handing it off to a running back and be like, oh, we got all these rushing yards. So it kind of makes sense. Makes it a little bit more realistic. But that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see y'all in the next one.